Hello everyone, Art Burns here. Hope you're all doing well today. Hope you're staying healthy. I hope you're washing your hands a lot, and I hope that you're dealing with this social distancing in an adaptive and healthy way, and not allowing the fear to get into you, because these are different times. They are strange times, and they can be scary times too. But when we allow ourselves to succumb to the fear of what might happen here, right? What we do then is we get the stress response in our bodies, and as we get the stress response in our bodies, really important things happen, specifically to our immune system, right? It gets weakened and it gets lowered. And that means that whatever damage this virus might do to you is only going to be worse, if you're allowing yourself to get stressed. So one of the greatest ways, so one of the things I wanted to say that is that, while these are scary times, they can also be seen as times of opportunity, right? And so this is an opportunity to practice, how to, reduce that stress in your body. And one of the ways to avoid and reduce the stress in your body is to simply paying attention to what you're doing as you're doing it, right? Doing that will not allow your mind to wander off into all these scary thoughts of what might happen, what might have happened, and bring yourself into the present moment. This has been shown in many, many studies to reduce the level of stress in our bodies, right? And so I came up with a practice last night while I was pumping my gas into my car, and I wanted to give you this as a little practice you might try. And you can do this with anything, not just with pumping gas. But the first thing I did was I realized that as I was getting out of my car, I realized that, I might have the virus on my hands. So the first thing I need to do is sanitize myself so that I'm not putting it onto the gas pump if it's not there already. I was lucky enough to get a jar of sanitizer from a friend, but you can make your own. Go to YouTube. It's very, very easy, not a big deal to make your own, and you can get what you need for that from the drugstores and stuff. So the first thing I did was sanitize my own hands, and then when I got out of the car, I realized it's very important for me to be aware of what I'm touching and with what hand. So what I did was I took my left hand after I took my credit card out of my wallet. I put my wallet in my back pocket with my left hand, and I kept my left hand there. Okay, and so from that point forward, everything I did with my right hand. Okay, I put the credit card in, put the card on top of my car, punched the buttons, lifted the pump, pushed the button, unscrewed the gas cap, put it in there, and did everything with my right hand. Right. And that way I knew that if I had to scratch my nose, because of course, the first thing that happens when you say don't touch your face, you're going to die to touch your face, right? Like it's the only thing you want to do. So that way, if I need to scratch my nose, I just use my left hand. It's no big deal, right? Put it back in my pocket and continue with everything with my right hand. Now, two things are happening. Number one, I'm limiting my exposure to the virus, obviously this way. And then when I'm done, I can sanitize and I'm keeping myself relatively safe that way. But number two, what I'm doing is I'm paying attention to what I'm doing, right? And I'm doing it without judgment, right? There's nothing to judge here, right? It's just, I'm just using my right hand, my dominant hand, right? And so as I'm paying attention to what it is that I'm doing as I'm doing it, then I'm keeping that stress level down, just like I explained a few moments ago. And so I would like you to try this, and it doesn't have to be just while you're pumping gas. If you have to go to a store, if you have to go to buy food or what have you, if you have to work, try to make sure that you're always using one hand to touch surfaces and another hand to touch yourself. Okay, because again, just paying attention to this is going to be enormously helpful, and it's also going to help you to avoid spreading the virus unnecessarily. So if you have any questions or comments, drop a comment below or hit me up with a direct message or an email, and I would love to get into a conversation about this and see if there's other ways, other practices we could kind of come up with together. That'd be fun. All right, everybody, wishing you well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and try not to be afraid. Okay, we're going to get through this. We will, I promise. All right, everybody, great day. Talk to you soon. Wishing you well. Bye.